Liverpool excellently defeated Arsenal 1-0 in the Super Sunday match, thereby becoming the only team to win all three matches after 3 rounds. In La Liga, Barcelona experienced a difficult away trip and only got a 1-1 draw against Rayo Vallecano. Man City caused great disappointment when letting Brighton come back to 2-1, thereby receiving the second consecutive defeat and falling deep on the standings. And this is the football news September 1st. In the Super Sunday match of the third round, Premier League, Liverpool won the important 1-0 victory against Arsenal at Anfield. The only goal of the match was scored by midfielder Dominik Szoboszlai in the 83rd minute. The match was tense when both teams showed solidity in defense. However, Liverpool knew how to take advantage of the opportunity to decide the match. This defeat made Arsenal miss the chance to lead. Meanwhile, Liverpool is the only team to win all 3 matches. In La Liga, Barcelona had a difficult away trip at Rayo Vallecano and only got a 1-1 draw. The visitors opened the score thanks to the accurate pass of young talent Lamine Yamal in the 40th minute. However, Rayo was not easily subdued and found the equalizer by Fran Perez in the 67th minute after a sharp counterattack. This draw made Barcelona drop to points, while Rayo continued to show difficulty when facing the big teams. Erling Haaland marked his 100th Premier League match with the opening goal, but Man City's joy quickly ended. After the break, Brighton exploded when James Milner calmly converted the penalty to equalize before Brighton Gruda fired a decisive shot in the 89th minute to complete the 2-1 comeback. Pep Guardiola's team continued to sink in crisis, with the second consecutive defeat falling to 12th place in the standings. In contrast, Fabian Herzler's team had the first win of the season, climbing to 10th place and affirming bravery at home. After a difficult start, West Ham finally also had the first win in Premier League 2025-26 by the late but destructive explosion. For more than 80 minutes, Nottingham resiliently held the opponent. But the return of Crescencio Somerville changed everything. He assisted Jarrod Bowen to open the score in the 84th minute before bringing a penalty to help Lucas Paquetá to double the gap. In the first injury time minute, rookie Callum Wilson headed the ball to seal 3-0 win for the Hammers. This result not only relieved pressure for coach Graham Potter, but also created a big mental boost, helping West Ham escape the bottom group. Manchester United has reached a personal agreement with Emiliano Martinez and started approaching Aston Villa to discuss transfer fee. However, Martinez is only a backup option if the Red Devils cannot finalize Sen Lammens. For many weeks, Sen Lammens is the #1 target and has sent a new offer to Royal Antwerp. Trouble arises when Aston Villa also joined. This team considers Lammens as top replacement candidate if Martinez leaves for about £17 million. Lammens is cheaper and more potential, while Martinez brings rich experience. They will have to soon make the final choice before the deadline next Monday. Fulham is about to complete the £34.6 million deal to bring Kevin from Shakhtar Donetsk. The Brazilian winger has scored 17 goals and 10 assists in 57 matches, also has Champions League experience. This will be the most expensive contract in Fulham history, surpassing £27 million spent for Smith Rowe last year. This summer, coach Marco Silva has only one new signing, which is backup goalkeeper Benjamin Locombe. After a difficult start, with only 2 points after 3 rounds in Premier League, Kevin is expected to help Fulham increase attack power in the coming time. Just after 2 rounds Bundesliga, Erik ten Hag already faced great pressure at Bayer Leverkusen. His team only got 1 point, losing to Hoffenheim in the opener and drawing 3-3 against Werder Bremen, despite leading 3-1 in the advantage of more players. German media reported that the Dutch coach is on the verge of being sacked, and the club has not given support statement. After the shameful draw with Bremen, Erik ten Hag admitted the squad lacks fitness and cohesion to meet his standard. His future at Leverkusen is predicted to be very precarious in the coming days. Victor Lindelof is preparing medical tests to join Aston Villa. The 30-year-old centre-back just left Man United after contract expired. In the context Aston Villa facing financial problems, they prioritize free transfers like Victor Lindelof. Both sides are in final negotiation stage, aiming to complete before deadline. Lindelof is expected to sign a 2-year contract at Villa Park. This summer, Unai Emery's team also brought in young centre-back Yasin Özcan, but immediately loaned him to Anderlecht for experience. The English referee management agency PGMOL officially admitted mistake in the controversial situation in the Chelsea win against Fulham. The 20th minute, Joshua King put the ball into Chelsea net, but the goal was cancelled. VAR intervened and asked the referee to review the previous collision. The decision made Fulham lose advantage and sparked criticism from experts and fans. PGMOL admitted VAR intervention in this situation was unnecessary and considered it a clear error. Michael Salisbury, the VAR official in this match, has also been removed from the Liverpool vs Arsenal clash. Nicholas Jackson is still in Munich, although Chelsea cancelled the loan contract at the last minute due to striker crisis. Bayern confirmed they have to stop everything. But Jackson and his agent Diomansi Kamara have not given up. On social media, Kamara affirmed he and Jackson are still in Munich. Sharing with German press, he emphasized, "We will still wait. If there is no hope, we will leave here." This tough stance shows Jackson's side wants to wait until the last R4. The deal to restart. Meanwhile, Chelsea is said to be considering adding another striker, a factor that could reopen the door for him to Bayern. While the move is at risk of collapse, Bayern immediately looked for other alternatives. Bayern switched to considering Ademola Lookman of Atalanta. The 27-year-old Nigerian striker is confirmed by The Athletic to be on Bayern's negotiation list. Atalanta is ready to let Lookman go on loan with buy option in summer 2026. However, Bayern will have to compete with Tottenham and Galatasaray. These teams also interested in Lookman. In the last day of the transfer window, officially reached agreement to recruit Adrien Rabiot from Olympique de Marseille. The French midfielder will sign a 4-year contract, affirming long-term commitment with San Siro. It is known Rabiot is ready for medical scheduled next Monday in Milano after receiving permission. This deal is considered an important step of AC Milan in strengthening midfield because experience and class of Rabiot will certainly help much for ambition to compete. Sergio Ramos surprised fans when deciding to move into music. He announced debut single named Cibeles. The song recalls the famous square in Madrid where he celebrated countless titles with Real Madrid. On his personal page, Ramos shared a segment in the MV with images reminding of the farewell with Real Madrid. The post immediately went viral on social media, attracting more than 10 million views in just 2 days. Fans' reaction was quite mixed, some skeptical and not highly appreciating this experiment of Ramos, while others expressed support for him. The Brighton-Manchester City match also caused controversy on the sidelines when commentator Alan Smith was accused of disrespecting Diogo Jota after James Milner scored the equalizer from 11 meters. Smith commented he celebrated in Erling Haaland style. However, in fact, Milner recreated the familiar move of Jota to remember the former teammate who just died in a car accident. Smith quickly corrected live, but fans still harshly criticized. This season, Milner also chose shirt number 20, the number Jota once wore at Liverpool, as a tribute act. So we have gone through the hottest information in the past 24 hours. All most attractive updates about football will be updated. Please stay tuned. Goodbye and see you in the next clips.